Imagine the curtain rising on a stage you've commanded for 23 years, the crowd buzzing, the band primed. Then your voice breaks, tears streaming before a single joke lands. That was Jimmy Kimmel on November 11th, 2025. Gutted raw in front of millions, mourning the one man who'd been his rhythm since childhood. Cleto Escobedo III, gone at 59, left a silence that swallowed the laughter whole. But how does a friendship forged in desert dust become the soul of late-night TV, only to shatter overnight? Buckle up, this is the untold heartbeat behind the tears. Rewind to the blistering Tucson streets of 1975. 9-year-old Jimmy Kimmel. All elbows and comic book dreams, spots a kid lugging a saxophone case twice his size. That's Cleto Escobedo III, already sneaking into smoky clubs, blowing riffs that make grown musicians blink twice. They click instantly. Jimmy trading punchlines for horn lessons, Cleto swapping licks for laughs under the same relentless sun. Cleto's dad, Cleto Sr., was the blueprint. A road warrior who'd toured with big bands, he parked the dream the day his son needed bedtime stories more than encores. Traded the spotlight for a busboy apron at Caesar's Palace, wiping tables for 30 years so Cleto could chase notes without missing dinner. That sacrifice burned deep. Every squeak of Cleto's sax carried gratitude and grit. Jimmy watched it all wide-eyed. The two boys mapped futures on cracked sidewalks, Jimmy swearing he'd crack up the world, Cleto vowing to make it dance. Late-night bike rides turned into whispered pacts. If one made it, the other came along. No contracts, just the kind of promise kids seal with spit and starlight. And in Tucson's dusty heat, something unbreakable took root. But childhood dreams don't pay bills. How does a prodigy turn playground vows into arena gold? That's when the real magic started spinning. Fast forward to the late 80s, and Cleto's no longer the kid with the oversized case. He's the secret weapon stealing stages. At 20-something, he's on tour with Earth, Wind and Fire, his sax cutting through funk legends like lightning in a bottle. Crowds roar. Philip Bailey himself nods approval. Next stop, Paula Abdul's Whirlwind World, where Cleto's horn fuels straight-up mania, turning pop into pure fire. Whispers follow, record labels circle, inking a solo deal that drops Latin soul hybrids radio can't ignore. Yet glamour never clouded the Tucson grit. Between sold-out nights, Cleto still calls Dad, now flipping burgers in Vegas, thanking him for every missed recital that built this life. I play because he quit, Cleto tells friends, voice low. Fame tempts but family anchors. He ducks parties to coach his own kids on scales, mirroring the bedtime stories he once craved. Then, one random afternoon in 2002, the phone rings. Jimmy, voice electric. I'm getting a show. Be my band leader. No audition, no resume, just the playground packed cashing in. Cleto laughs, heart racing. Yes spills out before doubt creeps. But saying yes meant trading arena chaos for daily 5 p.m. call times, side by side with the kid who once bet him he'd never outblow a pro. How does that daily grind turn friendship into television gold? Wait until you see the stage they built together. January 2003. The * Jimmy Kimmel Live. Logo flashes, and there's Cleto, center stage, horn gleaming, Dad Cleto Sr. on tenor beside him. No strangers, no nerves. Just two Tucson boys turning a soundstage into home. The Cletons kick off with a funky sting that makes the audience stomp before Jimmy even speaks. Night after night, Cleto's riffs become the show's pulse. Guest intros that wink, bumpers that swagger, moments when a flat joke lands because the horns sell it. Backstage, it's pure alchemy. Rehearsals bleed into 2 a.m. pizza runs. Cleto teases Jimmy's monologue flops. Jimmy dares Cleto to sneak happy birthday into a senator's walk-on. The crew calls them the married couple. In a 2021 ABC feature, Cleto grins. Best gig ever. He means it. Every riff is a love letter to the kid who once traded baseball cards for sax tips. Family weaves in tight. Mom sits front row. Kids wave from the wings. Dad solos through tears on milestone episodes. Cleto's wife laughs loudest at the pranks. Viewers feel it. The band isn't backdrop. It's heartbeat. When Jimmy bombs, Cleto's sly Phil saves face. When Cleto nails an improv, Jimmy roasts him lev. 22 years of inside jokes, 4,000 plus shows, zero ego. It's the rare Hollywood miracle where friendship outshines fame, but even the sweetest harmony can't drown out midnight calls. One ring changed everything. Wait till you hear how the stage went dark. November 11th, 2025. 3 a.m. Jimmy's phone buzzes on the nightstand, a number he knows by heart. One sentence, and the world tilts. Cleto is gone. 59. No warning, no goodbye. Jimmy sits up, chest caving, the same way it did when they were 9, and Cleto's dad missed a school concert to bus tables. Only this time, no encore. Hours later, he's on stage anyway. No makeup can hide the red rims. The lights hit, the crowd hushes, and Jimmy's voice cracks before hello. We've done 23 years of hard monologues, he starts. But this one guts me. He tells the bike ride pact, the spit handshake. Then chokes. Late last night we lost someone much too young. The studio feels like a tomb with applause. Cleto's dad. Cleto Sr. stands in the wings, sack silent. Mom clutches a tissue in row 1. The band plays a muted sting. It sounds like a funeral march. Jimmy announces the next 2 nights are dark. We're taking time, he says, but Cleto would kick my *S if we bailed on Eddie Murphy. So they tape. Eddie hugs him hard, eyes wet. Every laugh that night feels borrowed. Backstage, staff wander like ghosts. Instagram floods. Heartbroken is an understatement. Inseparable since I was 9. Fans scroll old clips, Cleto's grin frozen mid-riff. The silence after the final note is deafening. But silence never tells the full story. Wait until you hear what the whispers are saying now. The next 2 nights, the El Capitan marquee stays dark, a black hole where neon usually screams. No warm-up act, no cold open. Just a single spotlight on Cleto's empty chair, sax case propped like a tombstone. Cleto Sr. walks in anyway, plays a slow, aching solo that cracks the control room glass. Mom sits front row again, clutching the same tissue, now shredded. The crew hugs in circles, whispering the same word, unfair. Social feeds explode. Old tour photos surface. Earth, Wind and Fire roadies post grainy backstage shots of Cleto at 25. Grinning beside Morris White. Paula Abdul tweets a heart emoji and a broken sax. Fans dig deeper, unverified murmurs swirl. He skipped doctor visits for family. Worked through pain so the kids wouldn't worry. Nothing confirmed. Just the quiet toll of a man who always put others first. The same guy who once told Jimmy, I sax because Dad quit. Now I quit touring so my son never has to. Jimmy stays off air, but the grief leaks. A leaked voice memo circulates. Jimmy's raw whisper, we were supposed to grow old and annoy each other at barbecues. The internet stitches together a legacy reel. Cleto's first Kimmel sting in 2003. The night he sneaked tequila under a politician's speech. The 2021 clip where he calls the gig the best ever. Each frame a reminder, he built joy in 8-bar bursts. Never asked for the spotlight dot, yet the biggest echo is the silence. No more nightly horn calls, no more 2 a.m. texts about chord changes. A friendship that outlasted marriages, trends, and ratings, now frozen at 59. But frozen doesn't mean finished. One final note still rings. Wait till you hear what Jimmy's planning next. So here we stand, staring at a stage that'll never sound quite the same. Wondering how 59 can feel like a robbery when Cleto packed 3 lifetimes into every riff. Jimmy's tears weren't just for a band leader. They were for the kid who promised him the world on a Tucson sidewalk and delivered it nightly for 22 years. Life's cruel math. The louder the love, the sharper the cut. Take a second. Scroll your phone. Text the friend who knows your dumbest secrets, the one who shows up without asking. Tell them they matter, because tomorrow isn't promised, not even the legends who blow sax like angels. Cleto taught us that in 8-bar bursts. Don't wait for the encore to listen. What's the one friendship you'd fight time for? Drop the name in the comments, share the memory, keep Cleto's rhythm alive. And if this gut punched you, hit subscribe. We chase the stories that remind us. Cherish the real ones before the lights go dark.